It's Sunday and I've arrived in Malmo in Sweden. Just got off the train about 5 minutes ago. There's Central Station. I'm going to head into the old town now and take a closer look. Well, I'm heading into the old town and this is the first square I've got to. I'm now in one of the smallest and quaintest market squares in Malmo called Lilla Torg. If we look over here, we've got a pretty old fountain. Got a few traditional Swedish buildings as well. Make my way over to the tradesman's chapel now. Of a big church. I've made my way over to Malmo Castle now. I'm inside the castle. This is from inside looking towards the outside. It's a lovely day. Nice blue sky, very little cloud. I'm going to go and see if I need to pay to get into the museum and viewing area. I'm now inside Malmo Castle. It's not exactly how I thought it was going to be. More of a zoo and an art exhibit. Well, I'm now overlooking the turning torso, as it's known. Large building that turns the higher it gets. Well, I'm up close to perhaps the most famous landmark here in Malmo, Sweden, which I believe is mostly residential. Right, well, I've pre-hired a bike. Malmo by bike. What I'm going to do is type my username and password into this little box. It's going to release me one. I think I've found the harbour. Lots of fishermen. And, looks like some residential buildings over there, overlooking the waters. Well, I'm a little bit further up the shoreline now, and looking back towards the turning torso. And we've got a pier here that goes out to an outdoor swimming pool. Just spotted some swimmers out there. It's about 6:15 in Sweden, so it's still t-shirt weather, but it's perhaps not that warm for swimming anyway. Well, I'm back down on the seafront, and it's 9:50. The sun is due to set in 5 minutes. But unfortunately, it's a bit overcast, so not really going to see much of a sunset. But it is a beautiful evening. The wind's died down a little bit. Now looking around the harbour area. There's a better view of the Öresund bridge that I was talking about earlier. And of course, just below that strip of red, we can see Copenhagen. And an aeroplane coming into land. There's some of the churches and spires and tall buildings. Saw them from the other direction yesterday when we were top of the Church of Our Saviour in Christianstown. Well, there we go. Ship sailing off into the distance. Copenhagen behind it. And that's where I better get heading. Got to catch the 11:10 train back to Copenhagen Central. And I'll be travelling across the bridge. Well, on the way back to the train station, I just happened to stumble upon Lilla Torg, the market square that I was in earlier, where it all started. First one that I visited this morning. It's now got quite a lot of people dining and drinking, watching the football. And I'm cycling back to the train station down these little quaint narrow streets. And it's like a ghost town. I haven't seen anybody. I don't know if anybody actually lives here or if they're all day tourists, but it is very quiet.